Hello and welcome to Gentoo. I'm Mackenzie Doherty, and this is your source for all things video game and tech related. Let's start things off with this week's up-and-coming releases. You can look forward to seeing these titles and many more released throughout the month on your favorite platforms. Shadow of the Colossus is on the PS4 February 6th. The Seven Deadly Sins, Knights of the Britannia, is also for the PS4 on February 9th. Under Night In-Birth EXE, the latest, is on the PS4, PS3, and Vita on February 9th. Civilization VI Rise and Fall is on the PC February 8th. Dragon Quest Builders is on the Switch February 9th. These games and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. Up next, check out Cheap Gamer with Mikey.
Hello, and welcome to Cheap Gamer, where only having $10 doesn't mean that good games are out of reach. I'm Mikey, and this game is Just Ignore Them. Just Ignore Them is a puzzle, horror, adventure game, produced by Stranger Games and released in 2016. The story focuses on a man named Mark, who throughout his life has had many strange events happen to him. Being followed by things perceived as monsters by the world around him, Mark throughout the game gives insight into how he doesn't want people to get into his mess, yet he ends up bringing a girl in. This girl is Paris Eve, also known as Bree, and she joins him throughout half the adventure. Bree is confused by the occurrences around Mark, and she is terrified by what she sees in the areas they traverse. Throughout the game, the player goes through Mark's house, a motel, an airplane, and a New York City apartment. The game focuses heavily on puzzles that range from simple to mind-boggling. The puzzles work by finding items around the area, and then using them in appropriate circumstances. The player can also combine items to make them more useful. The game has two endings, good and bad, and it is decided based on a few decisions the player makes during the game which one they get. For me, there are three things that a game must have to be great: good graphics, good mechanics, and must be fun in general. For graphics, the game tries to be a good horror game, and while I like 16-bit games, in my opinion, 16-bit and horror do not go together very well. In terms of material, this game has plenty of scary stuff, but the graphics do not do it justice. The mechanics of the game are very simple, with the controls being comprised all in the computer mouse. And while I would love to see keyboard support, I will live with the current control method. I think the game is plenty of fun, although I will say that it is extremely short, with a 2.5–3 hour playtime total. But for the price, I can understand the effort that he must have put into this. And for the amount of price it is, that playtime is justifiable. Now the question is, would I pay the Steam retail price for this game? And to keep it short, I think this game is a steal. With a price of $3.99 currently on Steam, I think that I would buy it with $1 or $2 more in the price tag. So I say yes, this game is worth the money that they charge. Keep watching Gentoo.
Thanks, Mikey. BioWare Anthem is not going to be released until early 2019. This was confirmed during EA's quarterly earnings call, although they aren't calling it a delay. According to EA CFO Blake Jorgensen, while there isn't much reasoning behind this delay, Kotaku's report to the Wall Street Journal did suggest that there was an issue with development. They didn't even make a big deal out of it during the conference call with investors, again just presenting it as if it weren't a delay. While EA keeps claiming it's not a delay, we all know different since they did cite a release for 2018 for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. EA, you're not fooling us, so you can stop trying to sugarcoat it. We'll continue after some commercials, but first, here's Dalton with Nostalgia Trip.
Hello everybody and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Nostalgia Trip with me, Dalton, and we'll be taking a look at the best racing game in the Crash Bandicoot series, Crash Tag Team Racing, of course. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, no, Crash Team Racing is the best Crash racing game, but you know what? No. Crash Team Racing only has one more track. It doesn't have the stunt races like Crash Tag Team Racing, doesn't have the tag team aspect, and Crash Tag Team Racing even has classic Crash Bandicoot platforming like there should be in any Crash Bandicoot game. The premise of the story is that Ebenezer von Clutch, the German cyborg, has called Crash and the other characters from the series to help him retrieve his black power gem. This keeps the robotic part of him functioning. The prize for whoever returns his gem is ownership of his park. Throughout the game, Crash and the crew have to race through 5 different areas of the theme park, including space, prehistoric, fantasy, pirate, and Egyptian sections, with all the tracks having themed names. For example, the prehistoric park contains the tracks Fossil Fuel Injection, the La Brea Car Pits, and Tire and Ice. Every area has 3 racing tracks and 1 stunt track, as well as new costumes for all the characters, items and coins you can trade in to receive new cars for the characters, and plenty of platforming. Speaking of characters, let's talk about who there is for playable characters in this Crash game. Obviously, there's our main character Crash, as well as his sister Coco and his brother Crunch, which is the best pairing in the game, the Coco-Crunch tandem, as well as Dr. Neo Cortex, his evil scientist friend Dr. Engine, his goth niece Nina, and the 2 new characters, Pasadena the Opossum and Ebenezer von Clutch himself. Now this is where we get into the real racing mechanics. When you play a race, you can play as any of the characters you have unlocked cars for. When in a race, you can press a button on the controller when close to another character that will allow you to clash with them. You can then select whether you'd like to drive, or rain down pain from the back of the car. Now someone might say, oh, that's just a ripoff of Mario Kart Double Dash. But this is when I tell them you can detach from the other character and that there is a 0% chance you'll spend a whole race hearing, wow, Luigi, #1 from the back of the cart. And now one of the most fun parts of the game, the dioramas. Since you can't really die or get a game over in this game, they added these in. They are found throughout all the worlds and usually require a specific action. They're all little cutscenes of different ways for Crash to die. Something the Bandicoot series is always sadistically done, and finding all of them gets you a new costume for Crash. All in all, this game still holds up pretty well in fun factor. Of course, it's no Mario Kart killer because this is the last Crash racing game and it was released in 2005. If they had kept making them, who knows how it could have turned out. If you're ever looking to rev up your engines or crash and burn, get it? Crash. You can find this game on the original Xbox, the GameCube, the PlayStation 2, and the PlayStation Portable. Now, if you really feel that you need a new copy of a 13-year-old game, you can find one for about $40 on Amazon, but if you want to buy used, you can get it for about $10. That's going to be all for this week's episode. Make sure to keep watching for more Gen 2, and make sure to tune in next week for a look at the original Black Ops. This is Dalton. See ya!
Welcome back to Gen 2. I'm your host, Mackenzie Doherty, and you just saw Dalton with Nostalgia Trip. In the current fiscal year, Nintendo has sold 14.86 million units of the Switch, along with 52.57 million units of software sold along with the system through December 31st, 2017. If anyone remembers, the console is less than a year old, and if anyone is keeping track, the Wii U is going to be 8 this November. The Wii U's lifetime sales are 13.56 million units of hardware. The Switch software has also been a big hit, with Super Mario Odyssey reaching global sales of 9.7 million units, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 7.33 million units, Splatoon 2 4.91 million units, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 6.7 million units. Now, even if you're bad at math like me, you can definitely tell that this is a lot of sales. So, Nintendo is definitely raking in the big ones with the Switch. There doesn't seem to be anything slowing down the sales momentum for the Switch. This isn't without hard work by Nintendo. The company doubled down with what worked with the Wii U and tossed what didn't work so that they released something everyone would want to buy. So, we say good job to Nintendo for learning from past experiences and making a hit. Now, it's time for Battle of the Bad with Madeline.
Welcome to the second episode of Battle of the Bad. I have Dalton. Dalton's here this week. We're going to play Minecraft, and I guess I'm probably going to survive better this week. There's nothing really coming after me, I think. I haven't played Minecraft since like 7th grade, so we'll see how this goes. But, Dalton, what's the objective of this game?
Alright, so the objective of this game is we need to collect resources and try and survive. That's basically it. And we're on like super hard mode. like survival, which is gonna be a lot of fun.
What do you mean super hard mode of survival?
So like at night, there's a bunch of monsters that spawn, and
Hold on, pause. How are you
Okay,
digging
okay.
the dirt?
so
What are these buttons?
in order to dig effectively, you press the right
Oh.
trigger and then you hold it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I plant a tree?
Yeah, you can plant trees. If you plant them near water, they'll grow.
What if I plant them in the ground?
If you just plant them in the ground, they won't really grow.
That's bull.
Unless it rains, I think. I can't remember. I'm not savvy in
How are
this
you
game.
supposed to make your treehouse bigger? Oh, I found a bigger one. I'm moving locations.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm making a bedroom inside the tree. Oh yeah.
I don't even know where you're at, but my house is gonna be dope.
Mine's a tree house. Top
Okay,
that.
well, tree houses are dumb.
No, they're not. All right, I'm gonna need some staircase into that luxury bedroom. How do I make staircases?
I can't wait to see this penthouse together.
It's gonna be phenomenal. How did
You better hurry. It's
Ooh.
gonna get nighttime soon, and then we're all gonna die.
What?
I hope a skeleton kills you, destroy it, or I hope like a creeper.
I'm gonna
somewhere.
literally scream and run. Like I thought zombies were bad, but
Nah, man, Minecraft, it just gets to you.
all right. Update. I have lost my penthouse. I don't know where I put it. Oh.
That one block of sand is your marker.
Hey, it works. Can I climb there? No. Place the sandbox there. How do you place it? A? Nope. Not that.
Left trigger.
Not that. Left trigger.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You
Oh,
little liar.
no, like to place it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be living with me.
Look
I'm
at
gonna have
that.
to like cut those shrubs though.
Yeah.
Do a little
Do
gardening.
do some gardening.
But I could like make bridges and go from treehouse to treehouse. Oh,
Views.
go up, please go up. How do I go up? All right, I got it. Nope, I could be higher.
Gosh, this is. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. I can't get back in my house.
I'm literally winning this game
Oh
right now,
no.
and I'm so excited.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so scared.
It's called "You're Dying" because you didn't want to get a
I'm gonna
treehouse.
go kill him.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Oh, I think I'm gonna die.
Man, you're getting your.
No, I gotta kill him. Alright, I got some experience. Hey, you wanna see something cool? Oh no. Oh my god.
You died.
Oh no. Well.
I'm so excited.
Let me
You
come to
can't
your
come up
house.
here. No, you can't come up here.
Can I come in for some tea?
Did you just ask for some tea? You're
Please.
gonna die
It's
again.
scary.
This is so
Oh
funny.
no. Oh no.
The fact that you're dying and you talk this game up so much.
I never said I was good at it. Okay, this is.
Oh, 2.5.
Oh no. Oh
One
my
and a
god.
half. You're such a cheater.
Why?
Trees are my thing.
You're literally in a tree right now. Oh hey. I can see you.
Where'd you go? Where you at?
Hey.
Can the sun come up? This is the best island ever, so like
I
I
hope
don't
you're
wanna hear
unhappy
your
on
sass.
that island. I'm gonna come ruin it.
You can't even find it. You're literally just you're like floating on the water.
I'm like Jaws. Bottom.
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And just
We have a problemo.
a problem.
I don't know. Oh, I was like, I don't know how I got in here.
I don't
Sorry
even
to all the
remember.
vegans out there.
You're definitely missing out on the finer side of life.
She's literally doing donuts, making fun of me because I can't hit her. Haha, you can't get me.
Look at
This chicken's making me so mad. It's
Look at that
pissing
dumb
me
chicken.
off. F you, chicken.
You just got pissed off over a chicken. You
It's
realize
literally
that?
walking away from me. Oh! We have a problemo. Hello there.
What's your problemo, dude?
I can't get out. Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Guess who has a safe place to stay? Look at this glass.
Guess
Look at
who
these.
can just like suck a carton of expired
Oh,
milk?
oh,
How many deaths is this?
that's like 5.
How many deaths did I do?
Like 1.
That's exactly right. Alright. So obviously this week, Battle of the Bads was a success. I should play Minecraft more often because I'm bomb at it. Thank you, Dalton, for being on the show.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure, and it was a pleasure whooping your butt in my penthouse, treehouse. So,
I definitely enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. So.
until next week, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching Gentoo. I'm Mackenzie Doherty. Stay tuned for Project Delta, where bad games go to die and good games get played badly. Gentoo and Delta air each week, Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. And you can watch our content online at facebook.com/Gentoo8 and on KNWT's YouTube page.
Hello and welcome to Project Delta. I'm your host Blake File, and today I'm with
Nathaniel Cochran. I'm the host of Let's Talk, not the host, the producer of Let's Talk. I don't host anything.
Oh yeah. And Nathaniel, tell us, what are we playing today?
We are playing Monster Hunter Worlds. It just came out and it's kind of been a pretty big hit. And I love the game, so I was asked to bring it on and play it, and that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, real exciting stuff here.
Yes.
So like, what's the purpose? What's like the big point of the game?
Well, the main point of the game is in the title. It is where we hunt monsters, big and small. This is technically a small monster, even though I'm using a giant sword to kill it, and it's larger than me. It is a small monster. There are bigger monsters. Ow. And yeah, the main point of the game is to kill monsters, cut them up, turn them into armor, and weapons that you can use to go kill bigger and better monsters. So.
Nice, real exciting.
Yeah, it's a good time. I just, took these peaceful, what are they called, herbivores, and I'm gonna just beat the crap out of them because, why not?
I think you're the real monster of this game.
Right? The whole point of Monster Hunter is to show that man is the real monster.
These peaceful animals not doing anything, and here you come along
Well,
just to ruin their nice day,
they're kind
their
of-
family dinner.
They were gathered around the KFC bucket meal, and I showed up and just flipped the table over. But they are useful parts and stuff. There have been some changes in the game that are interesting. It used to be that you'd go to an area on a hunt and you'd specifically just be hunting one monster in the area. And now you go on expeditions, so you're in the area for like however long you want to be, and there's infinite respawns. There's no issue, there's no limit to what you can do. The only problem is sometimes, like right now, the monsters don't show up easily on the map, so you have to actually hunt them down, as opposed to in the other games where you just ran around, went to the area where you best guess the monster was, and then it'd be there, and you then kill it. So, yeah, it's a pretty big change for Monster Hunter because this is the first console release of Monster Hunter. I've been wanting a console version of Monster Hunter since I started playing Monster Hunter on the 3DS. But yeah, it's a big change. Yeah, I think the hype is actually really well deserved because it's friggin' beautiful and fun. So it's wonderful.
Wonderful. That's a
Yeah.
neat word.
Yeah,
You got there.
kick the frog. You are kind of a monster, honestly.
Just running around kicking innocent frogs, ruining family dinners.
Yeah, exactly. That was something. So an interesting new mechanic in this game from the other ones is you actually hunt the monsters, like I was saying, but you actually track them down. And so I just found some toxic mucus, which is the name of my punk band, actually. And you will be able to track your scout flies, is what they're called. You'll be able to track the monster down and basically beat him up. Oh, there he is.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is one of the many, many monsters. I think there's 25 in total in the whole game, which is nice. Each of them have armor sets and weapon sets. And yeah, and so this is the main point, is to not die while fighting things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a derp also, which is fun.
Yeah, he looks like a dirt.
Yes, he does, but I love him anyway.
Just kicking at you with his little claws
Yeah.
there.
He actually throws up poison and stuff. Interesting stuff in this game. They have really cool weapons. Like this is the switch axe, is what I'm using right now. And it is an axe that transforms into a, ooh, I got poisoned. It doesn't transform into I got poisoned. It transforms into a greatsword with elemental damage. And so, like, what I was doing right there was paralysis damage, meaning I'm shocking him and hoping that he'll get stunned. There's like a 1 in 25 chance the more I hit him with the sword, he'll get stunned. But no, don't leave. Come back. Come back.
Stop running away. No.
Stay with me.
No, I love you.
Baby, I won't do it again. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. She means nothing to me. But yeah, so there are 18 weapons in total. Things ranging from a sword and shield, where it's just a tiny sword and shield used on giant monsters, to things like a heavy bow gun, where it's basically a gun, but they call it a bow gun to keep with the weird aesthetic of the game. Which this game is pretty Japanese in its mentality and just its weirdness, but it's a good time. But yeah, some of my personal favorites, I like the hammer because it just stuns monsters and makes them say oof.
Do they literally say oof? You just hit it and it goes oof and just stops.
They usually go something along the lines like skra, but you know, they yell.
How'd that go again? Skra.
Skra. But yeah, it's fun. There's actually a drop-in, drop-out multiplayer.
That's cool.
If we had online connectivity in here, I would be able to show some of that off. But if I could, I can do this thing called Fire and SOS Flare, and I literally shoot a beacon into the air, and then people can drop in and drop out of my hunt whenever they want. And that's how I've been doing a lot of hunts, is I've been answering SOS calls because, oh, he kicked me down. Oh, right now he's enraged, and he's not happy with me. He's like, you kept hitting me.
Oh, no, come back, baby,
Sad
come
thing,
back.
Yeah, sad thing about Puke is he's also another herbivore. He doesn't even eat humans. He's just big and in the way, so we have to kill him.
Oh.
Yeah. There's another monster. It's called the Kuyaku. I don't know why I feel the need to say the name. Probably because I've taught myself how to say the name. But who just steals eggs and likes to collect rocks. That's literally all he likes to do. And I'm a monster who kills him repeatedly.
Just because he takes rocks and collects eggs?
Mainly because he just walks through and I see him and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh.
Yeah. Quit poisoning me. But going back to the drop-in, drop-outness, it's actually been really fun to just play with random people. And there's a lot of interesting cultural differences that I've been seeing in the game, like with communication. I've found players who only communicate through stickers. One of the ways to, like, just on the message board be like, hey, good job. I've seen people who only communicate through gestures and, you know, emotes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, and I recommend it to everybody. Buy it, build up the player base. I'm not being paid for this. I just really like it. I'm not a shill, I swear.
Alrighty, well that appears to be all the time we got today. Thanks for tuning in, and check us out online at KNWT's YouTube page, and check us out each week.
Yeah. Use this. Use this.
Yes, this is quality content here, folks.
And
Hi guys, it's Mackenzie. Thanks for watching this episode of Gentoo. To see last week's episode, click here. To see every episode so far, click over here. And if you want to see all our amazing KNWT shows, click the subscribe button up here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week with more Gentoo.